What's up, everybody? Welcome once again to Bloodline Sports, where we talk anything and everything sports talk between family. After all, it's all relative. And this week, we got a fun one for you as we are still talking NFL playoffs. And as always, I am the Juice, and across from me is my partner,
The DOS Man.
DOS Man. All right, man. So what do we have this week?
Well, this week, we are back at it again, talking about some more NFL playoffs. This week, we will be predicting the divisional round of the playoffs.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So divisional, very interesting word, because that's basically the division. In other words, separating, dividing, as you said.
Yes.
So this is where the cream rises to the top and the non-cream goes to the bottom. This is where teams separate themselves. And this is where you can start seeing the little shape of what's going on and what's going to happen and who might end up in the Super Bowl. So we are getting ready to talk NFL, playoffs, divisional round style, all this and more on our show, which starts now. All right, man. So we're back. Before we start giving our take on this week's games and our predictions, let's go back to last week.
Oh, yes. Please do.
Let's go back to last week because who went 100%?
You.
I did. The Juice Man went 100% on his predictions.
Yeah.
I took the Texans. I took the Commanders. I took the Rams. I took the Ravens. And I took the Bills.
Yep.
So I am 100%. You're not. You took the Chargers. That was your only blemish last week. So
Yeah.
it was a good weekend of wildcard games, some good games.
Oh, yeah.
The game between the Rams and the Vikings was pretty good on Monday night. I still didn't like it that it was on Monday night.
In terms of being one-sided, yeah, it was a good game.
That's why I said it was a pretty good game, because it's your team and they won.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was pretty lopsided.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I would say that the Commanders and the Buccaneers game was probably up there.
Oh.
Probably being, I don't know if it was really the top
To me,
game.
that was the best. That was the best game to me.
And then right beneath that was the Eagles and the Packers. And the Packers went to sleep.
Yeah.
They had it. And Jordan Love turned into Dak Prescott. How does it feel? Because we hate it. We hate it with a passion. So, and then the Ravens really just, it was, I mean, they
did their thing.
They did their thing.
Against the Steelers.
Against the Steelers, and then the Bills, the same thing.
Yep.
So,
Hey, I was right. I was just about right with my prediction on the Bills and Broncos game.
you were.
Just about.
Just about. Bo Nix, I think that guy's going to be pretty good. Sean
Yeah.
Payton's doing good things in Denver. But they are out. And so are the Buccaneers
Yep.
and the Vikings, who were the Buccaneers were division winners. The Vikings
Or not.
were not, but they were 14-3 and bowed out.
Yep.
Bowed out. Sam Darnold became Sam Darnold of the Jets.
Yep. He saw ghosts again.
Yes, he did. So he kept feeling things that weren't there and panicking and made a lot of mistakes. So good thing for your Rams as they move on to the next
Oh, yeah.
round.
First playoff win since we won the Super Bowl a few
First
years
playoff
ago.
win since you won the Super Bowl. So good games. Now we move on to the divisional playoffs. And with that, let's get into our take and into our predictions. All right. So, coming up first on Saturday, which is your Uncle Eric's birthday. It was my birthday this past Monday.
Yes, it was.
And I just want to point something out. This up here.
Oh.
My boy, the Obi the dog, got canvassed as a painting wearing Dodger gear, baby.
Forever enshrined as an honorary Dodger.
Yep. That's it. The Obster will be
Yep.
canvassed forever.
Yep.
And I can look at him all the time, and he will be up here. He will be my companion, as he is my companion every day. So love it. Appreciate the present from your mom and you for this. This is great.
Yep.
So
that is our dog Obi.
That's Obster.
That's what the people of Bloodline Sports finally get to know what he looks like.
That's Obi the dog. So, all right, man. So let's kick it off, and let's start on Saturday, January 18th at 3 p.m. or 3:30. We are starting with your Uncle Adrian's team, the Chiefs, taking on the Texans. The Chiefs have been off for a week, but technically 2, because they didn't play a lot of their players.
Have been off for.
So let's see if they don't come in with rust. I don't know. 2 weeks can make a difference. It throws your timing off, but we'll see. That's why they get paid the big bucks. That's why they are the 2-time defending world champions, and that's why they're going after the 3-peat this year. So, take on this game.
My take on it, honestly, it's probably not going to be. Honestly, I think this will just end up being the most boring game of this round. I don't think anything exciting is going to happen in this game.
Okay.
I think it's just going to be your average divisional round matchup.
Okay.
Kansas City, yeah, sure, they're the 1 seed. Sure, they're 15-2. They're the worst 15-2 team ever. And that is a statement. That is pretty much a fact right there, because they are one of 2 teams this year to not score 30 points in a game. You want to know who the other team was?
Who's that?
The New York Jets.
Wow.
So they're down there in points with the Jets.
Wow.
And there's been so much ref help and so much black magic this year that it's insane. Really, they should only be about 9-8, 10-7.
Wow.
But with everything that's happened this year, everything from the toe against the Ravens in week 1 to the blocked field goal against the Broncos. And the doink to win the division against the Chargers.
Yep. And don't forget was the Bears game in there too? Or was that a different team?
They didn't play the Bears.
Okay. All right.
Nah.
But the Bears was a team that couldn't they just couldn't make a field goal. So, okay. All right. So, I think that this is going to be a game where I believe that the Chiefs are going to come out with rust, and they better be careful, because if the Texans get out ahead, and the Chiefs don't recoup quickly, this might be trouble for the Chiefs. Now, if the Chiefs come out and they play like they haven't missed a beat, I don't see this game being close.
What beat?
They haven't made a beat. In other words, their timing is down.
No, I'm saying what beat to begin with. There's been no beat from them.
So, but again, if they come out hot, if Mahomes comes out hot, I don't see this game being close, but the rust could play a factor. So, give me your prediction on this game.
Well, flashback. Before I say anything else, let's flashback to the 2019 season divisional round of the AFC playoffs between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans.
I remember that game. The Texans got out way ahead.
24-0.
24-0.
And then the Chiefs went on to score 50 points.
Yep.
And destroyed them in the end.
That was Buffalo Bills versus Houston.
The week before. Yep.
That was back in the 1992 season, I believe it was, somewhere in 91, 92. The Houston Texans, or what they were back then, the Houston Oilers. That was the year that the Cowboys went to the Super Bowl, and everybody here in Texas wanted a Texas Super Bowl, and the Oilers were right there in the cusp of going to the Super Bowl, and they got out ahead 35-0.
35-0.
35-0 on the Bills, and the Bills came back and scored.
Yep. Without Jim Kelly.
38 unanswered points.
Without
Jim Kelly. Yeah, because that's right. Frank Reich came in and rallied the troops. And lo and behold, Houston was out.
Yep. And then the Bills proceeded to go on and get dismantled by Dallas in the Super Bowl.
That's right.
That year.
Yep. It was 52-17.
Yes.
So
52-17.
Yep.
The second biggest
Margin of victory.
Yeah, second biggest margin of victory in Super Bowl history, only behind the San Francisco 49ers 55-10 rout of the Denver Broncos.
So the 49ers scored 55 points, which is the most.
Yep.
Followed by the Cowboys at 52. But the Cowboys should have been 59.
But
Leon Lett. Oh, that poor guy will never live that down. Leon Lett picked up the fumble, ran it back.
Started celebrating.
What does he do? Started celebrating.
Yeah, and then who was it that...
BB.
Yeah.
BB knocks the ball out of his hands. It goes out of the end zone. Touchback
for the Bills.
Bills ball.
Yep.
So, oh well, it is what it is. Still won the Super Bowl. So.
Yeah. But anyways, so...
All right, so give me your prediction on what the score is going to be on this game.
My prediction is that literally just because it is the Kansas City Chiefs and they have to win a playoff game every year, all right? Because that's what happens in the NFL. I am literally going to give this game to the Chiefs.
Okay.
Just because.
Okay.
Because they always got to make it to the AFC championship game at least every year. So.
Okay.
Are we doing scores again?
Yeah, let's do scores. Yeah.
This game is going to be closer.
Okay.
Than the 2019 matchup.
Okay.
We are going to go with a score of 24-21 with, believe it or not, a Kansas City Chiefs last-second field goal after a controversial penalty, such as pass interference.
Okay.
Or holding.
Okay.
So I think they're going to get some help from the refs in this game.
24-21 with a final second field goal.
Yep.
Via a
controversial
referee, a phantom flag.
Yep.
In favor of the Chiefs.
Yep.
Okay.
Such as has happened all year.
Okay.
It's either going to be that, or the Texans are like going to have the ball. It's either going to be that, or it's going to be tied 21-21, and the Texans are going to be driving down the field at the end of the game, and then some black magic's going to happen.
Okay.
And either C.J. Stroud throws an interception, or there's another fumble, and the Chiefs just kick a field goal.
Okay.
From there.
Okay. All right. So 24-21 is your score. I'm going to go with my gut, and I'm going to say that the Chiefs come out rusty, and they're going to struggle in the beginning. But I see the Chiefs pulling out this game at the end with a score of 20-19.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think the Chiefs win this game 20-19. I think the Texans are there. I think the Texans somehow score a touchdown, go for two, and they miss, and that's going to be the difference.
Ooh.
So that is my take on that. Chiefs 20, Texans 19. You're taking the Chiefs as well with a 24-21 game score. All right.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. So, okay, moving on to the next game on that same day at Saturday night. We will have the number one team in all of the NFL.
Yeah. The Detroit Lions.
The Detroit Lions. The only blemish on them is
all the injuries.
But the Chiefs are 15-2 as well. The only difference is that the Chiefs are 8-0 at home. A little bit of home cooking. And the Lions are 7-2.
Another difference is that the Lions are actually a good team.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't know, but they were hoping that they would get Aiden Hutchinson back at the end of the season. I haven't heard anything. So
I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah.
His injury was pretty severe.
Yeah. I'm not worried so much about the Lions being off.
No.
Because Dan Campbell. He will have that team firing on all cylinders. I think this is going to be a good game. I think Dan Quinn is going to formulate some kind of a plan, but I see his defensive plan against the Lions being a plan like they had against the Packers last year when he was with the Cowboys, and I see the Lions running all over the place over the Commanders. So I don't know. I think this game is. I think it's probably going to be a good game at the beginning. It's going to be a
Yeah.
back and forth, but I think the Lions are.
It's going to be like their game against the Buccaneers in the divisional last year.
But I really see the Lions imposing their will at some point, and they're just going to pull away. They're just going to manhandle the Commanders.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Lions kind of left a little bit on the table last year. A lot to be desired. I thought that they were going to, the way they started with the 49ers, I thought they were going to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but then they choked.
They choked. Remember, Jahmyr Gibbs fumbled the ball.
Yeah.
And then Campbell decided to get away from the run.
And then
big mistake.
Dan Campbell proceeded to go on fourth down multiple times when they should have kicked field goals.
Yep, that's right. So I think he learned from that. I think this is going to be a good game. I know the crowd in Detroit is probably going to be rowdy.
Yeah.
They are going to be backing the Lions. And it's going to get loud in that stadium.
Yeah.
So
I totally agree with that. I 100% agree with that.
All right. So before we give our predictions on the scores, why don't you give me your take on what you think about this game?
I think this will probably be the most interesting playoff game, mainly because you have the Detroit Lions and Washington in a playoff game in the year 2025.
Yep. And the last time that Washington and the Lions faced off each other in the playoffs
wasn't that the 1991 NFC Championship game?
Yes.
When Washington won the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was Buffalo's second trip to the Super Bowl, and they got beat by Washington, which was number 2 of the 0-4. As they lost to the Giants, they lost to the Redskins, and then they lost to my Cowboys two in a row.
2 in a row, yep.
So yes, 1991 NFC Championship, Barry Sanders, Washington Redskins at that time. Who still had Joe Gibbs as their coach, one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Joe Gibbs?
Yes, NASCAR Joe Gibbs.
He used to coach the NFL.
He coached in the NFL. He won a couple of Super Bowls with Washington. I believe he won 2 or 3.
I did not know that.
Yeah, well, look it up, brother.
I did not know that the Joe Gibbs, owner of a NASCAR team, was a Super Bowl winning coach multiple times.
Hey, he's a winner. He's a winner. He has won in NFL and he's won in NASCAR. So, okay. So, give me your take on this game.
Okay. Lions, I think they're gonna come out strong. They're in a different mindset this year. I think they're gonna be in that, like, they're gonna have that winning mentality.
Right.
And I think it's because they had it last year. I know that, but this year, they've got the experience. They've gotten the playoff experience. I think this year, they're going to come out firing right off the bat. And I would have to agree with you that, I think they're going to come out just running with Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah. So I think, and while Washington is a good team, I do think they are a good team. While they are a good team, I think that because of the inexperience of them, I think that in the end, I think they're just not going to be able to keep up with the Lions in the end. And I think that the Lions are going to most likely end up edging them out in the end, as they did with Tampa Bay last year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I think that for as good as Jaden Daniels has been all year, I think this is the game where he's going to get overwhelmed because the Lions are going to throw all kinds of coverages, different sets, and he's going to get confused.
And the Commanders are probably tired too because they played a game against Tampa Bay last week. So they barely won, barely. I watched the ending of that game, and I seriously thought it was going to doink out.
I know. It hit the – I was like, he kicked it, and I looked at it, and I told your mom, he missed. And doink, and then it bounced in. I was like, oh. I mean, I don't know. Not that I cared, not that I wanted the Buccaneers to win, but I was like, all right, let's go to overtime. Let's wear them out a little more.
Yeah, I think they're worn out from the game. I think that they're tired. I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with the Lions. So I have the Lions advancing to the NFC Championship game for the second year in a row with a score of Let's go high scoring.
Okay.
With a score of 34-28.
Wow.
Okay. I think there's going to be over 50 points scored in this game.
Wow.
I think it's going to be, they're both going to come out firing. They're both going to be explosive. But in the end, the Lions are going to be able to keep it up for a longer amount of time. I don't think the Commanders are going to be able to keep up with them.
Okay. All right. I agree with you. I'm going to take the Lions as well. I think the Lions are going to impose their will on the Commanders. I think they will run the ball. There will be some points scored. I am also going to say that this game is going to be a high scoring game. And I am going to go Lions 38, Commanders 21.
Ooh.
With the Lions moving on to the NFC Championship.
Yep.
So, one more try for the Lions in the NFC Championship game. Let's see if they get to the Super Bowl this year.
Maybe third time's the charm.
Maybe third time's the charm. So, we'll see. So, that's our take on the Commanders and the Lions. And then we are moving on to Sunday. Sunday at 2 o'clock. I cannot believe they're making your team play at 2 o'clock after they played Monday night. That is ridiculous. Get your act together, NFL. So
I think that's just how the schedule fell. So
maybe a little help for the cry Eagles cry. We'll see. Hi, Gary. All right. So Rams Eagles. Eagles struggled a lot last week against the Packers, and the Packers did not have all their weapons.
The Packers played bad last week, and the Eagles
worse.
The Eagles didn't look any better. The only bright spot is probably Saquon Barkley just having another good game.
Yeah. But if you ask AJ Brown, that they played so good that he had time to sit on the bench and read a book. So that's the outrage right now of how can AJ Brown sit on the bench and read a book? And Sirianni came out, ain't no big deal. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know that looks good, brother, but whatever. So the Eagles struggled. Offensively, they've been struggling a lot lately. I don't know. I just don't know what the Eagles are going to do. They might come out firing on all cylinders. I don't think that's going to be the case. I will tell you that I loved the way that the Rams defense played last game.
Oh, yeah.
It reminded me of the Rams defense when they won the Super Bowl.
Now, Which time?
This last time.
The last time?
The last time. Now, granted, they don't have Aaron Donald.
No. But they have Jared Verse.
My guy. Florida State, baby. Oh. Remember what I told you when they drafted him? I told you, you guys have got a beast in Jared Verse. Now, let's play hypotheticals.
Uh-oh.
What if Aaron Donald was still playing? How good would that defense be right now? Jalen Hurts would be shaking in his boots. The man is a beast.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine both Aaron Donald and Jared Verse on the same line?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And don't forget the other guy. What's his name? Kobe
Durant.
Is it Kobe Durant?
Yeah.
But what's the other guy's name that's really good too? He was a rookie last year.
Kobe Durant. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Not Kobe Durant. Kobe Turner.
Kobe Turner. Yes, that's who I was thinking about. Can you imagine Verse, Turner, and Donald? Holy moly. Your team would be your team would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Really like the way the Rams played. I really love the way that the Rams defense played. I still wish that Matt Stafford would not make the bonehead throw sometimes. I don't know. Every time it's always like, when is the interception coming? When is the interception coming? But I told you, who did I tell you was going to be the star in that game?
Kyren Williams.
And was Kyren Williams the star?
Yeah. They were feeding him the ball in the second half.
I told you.
They were feeding him it.
Yep. So, love the game plan they put together against the Vikings. They didn't let Sam Darnold do anything. They shut down Mr. Greedy. And then they shut down Addison as well. So the defense played really well. Good game plan. the Rams really look dominant. And I am really looking forward to seeing the Rams going up and playing the Eagles in Philadelphia. So,
yeah.
before we give our scores, give me your take on it.
My take is that even though they're going to be traveling to probably one of, if not the most hostile environments in all of the NFL,
Mm-hmm.
I think that just because they're going to be going to Philadelphia and go play the Eagles, I don't think that means anything.
Okay.
I don't think that even though they're traveling to Philadelphia, going to go play the 2-seed Eagles with 14 wins, I don't think that matters.
Okay.
Last week, they beat a 14-win team. And they didn't just beat a 14-win team. They dismantled
They did.
a 14-win
They
team.
did. They dismantled the Vikings.
9 sacks.
Yep.
That is the tied for the most sacks
Yep.
in the modern era.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Rams are going to put up a fight.
Okay.
I think they are. I think they're going to be hot going into this game.
Okay.
No, I know they're going to be hot going into this game.
Okay.
I think they have what it takes to go storming into Philadelphia and maybe, just maybe, pulling off to what others call an upset.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that they can pull it off. I think they have what it takes. And sure, I may be a little biased, being a Rams fan and all that. Sure, you can say what you want. I don't care.
Okay.
I think the Rams have what it takes. I think they're hot right now. Eagles had a trash game against the Packers.
Yep.
And the Packers played bad. Eagles didn't play much better.
Yep.
And I think that really the only reason Philadelphia won is because Jordan Love choked in the end.
Yes, he did.
I think that's literally the only reason why.
Yes, he did.
So, I think with the Rams being as hot as they are right now, and with the Philadelphia Eagles having that slump of a game yesterday, I think the Rams have what it takes to shut down Jalen Hurts, shut down Saquon Barkley. I think they have what it takes to just basically shut them down. I think they have what it takes to do what many would consider the improbable.
Okay.
And defeat the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
So, all I have to say is we will see you Sunday, Gary.
Say hi, Gary. Say hi, Gary. Okay. Before you give your score, I'm going to give you this. I like the fact that the Rams are hot. I don't think that going to the East Coast is going to do anything to them. I think, from my perspective, this is what's going to happen. The Rams are winning this game on Sunday. I think you're right. I think Jalen Hurts will get shut down. I don't think he gets shut down completely. I think they will take Saquon Barkley out of the game. They're going to X him out. And then they're going to force Jalen Hurts to throw the ball. They're going to make Jalen Hurts try to win this game. And under duress, especially with Verse and Kobe Turner wrecking havoc, that's not going to be easy. So I am taking the Rams, and I am going to say this score is going to be Rams 23, Eagles 20. Ow. Oh, that hurt. I think it's a point at 3. Even though I think the Rams are going to win this game, I don't know that they'll completely dominate.
Oh, no.
But I think that they're going to really clamp down the Eagles' offense. And I see this a 23-20 game, but I think the Eagles score a late touchdown to make it close.
Okay, I am going to have to go with 31-28 overtime.
Wow. Okay.
Overtime. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm probably going to be stressed out. All right. But I still believe. I think it's going to go to overtime. And I think the Rams are going to pull it off with a field goal.
So this is going to be Rams versus Buck Part 2. The Bucks.
Just about.
Didn't they go into overtime? It was
last
close.
second field goal.
Last second field goal. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with 31-28 in overtime.
All right.
Yes.
I agree. I think the Rams are going to win this game. So,
yep,
and it's going to be close.
They're going to win this game and make their second trip back to the NFC Championship game in 4 years.
I agree. All right. So then that pits the Rams against the Lions in the NFC Championship.
Oh.
Rams, Lions.
Oh.
Part 2.
3.
Well, I'm talking playoffs. Last year, it was a really close game. I thought the Rams were going to win that one. So
we just scored in the red zone.
Yep. So
every time we would have won. Had we just scored in the red zone, we would have won.
Yep. Okay. And then to finish the weekend of playoffs in the divisional round, we have the Ravens taking on the Buffalo Bills, as the Bills will be hosting the Ravens in Buffalo. So, give me your take on this game.
Well, this will be a rematch of this will be a rematch of a divisional round matchup they had a few years ago in which the Bills took down the Ravens and went to the AFC Championship.
Yep.
So, I think going into this game, Bills, they're coming off that huge win over the Broncos last week, that basically blowout win against them. Ravens, they being the Ravens, I guess, just doing their usual, just winning playoff game.
Yep. And Lamar Jackson played really well.
He surprisingly did.
Yep.
Yeah, he did. So. Ravens, they're looking to go back to the AFC Championship for the second year in a row. Bills are looking to go back to it for the first time in, I think it's 4 years, I believe.
Right.
4 years. Yep, 3 or 4 years around that. Both teams, I think this is going to be another great battle. I think this is going to be this will probably be.
Yeah. This is the battle of the potential MVPs of the league.
Oh, yes, that is right.
Yeah.
Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
Duking it out.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I think both quarterbacks are going to have an explosive game. All right. I think they're both going to have few hundred passing yards for sure.
Okay.
For sure. I don't know how high, like, what's considered a high passing yards for a quarterback, but
anything above 350.
Okay. I think they're both going to have at least 300 passing yards.
Okay.
I think they're both going to have at least 300 passing yards. And I think that Derrick Henry could possibly have 100 rushing yards also.
King Henry.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it is possible. The Bills, the misery. Actually, let me do this. The misery Bills looking to go back to the championship game and ultimately possibly the Super Bowl. I think they won it.
Yeah.
And frankly, to be honest, they need it.
Yeah.
They need it.
And here's what we could potentially have as a Super Bowl matchup is two teams who have never won the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
The Lions and the Bills. And at that point, who do you root for? Who do you root for? Because neither one of them has won the Super Bowl. Do you root for the Lions because they've been so awful for such a long time?
And they've never even appeared in it before.
Right. Or do you root for Buffalo, who has had their hearts broken four times in a row?
Yep.
It's going to be hard to root for either one of those teams. Because it's like, okay, who do you want to win? So,
but
go ahead.
Not if Baltimore has anything to say about that.
Not if Baltimore has anything. And potentially the Rams. I mean, I wouldn't count them out. So,
no.
Bills, good game against the Broncos last week. Broncos came out and scored quickly. I was like, uh-oh.
I think it was 3 plays.
3 plays. But nothing happened after that.
That was it.
Josh Allen took over. The Bills Mafia showed up. Basically, one-sided game. And they showed why they are a favorite this year. Ravens really did a good job of shutting down Russell Wilson and Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. A lot of people think that Mike Tomlin is really good in the regular season, but he has lost the last 5 playoff games.
Yeah.
A lot of people are criticizing him for taking Justin Fields out and putting Russell Wilson in because they were playing better when Justin Fields was in there than Russell Wilson. So a lot of people are not happy with that. A lot of people want Tomlin gone. I think that's ludicrous for people to want. I mean, you don't get a guy like Tomlin. Now, does he have to clean up his luck in the playoffs? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, he just hits that 500 percentage mark. He's like, I'm done.
Yeah,
that's what he does every year.
Yeah, but the Ravens really did a good job. Lamar Jackson played really well. So we'll see. I see this game being I think this is probably going to be the best game of the weekend.
You think so?
I think so. I think this is going to be the best game of the weekend. I think for as good as the Bills defense is and for as good as the Ravens defense is, I still think this is going to turn into the Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson show.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I see the Bills, because they have the home field advantage, I see the Bills having a little bit of advantage because they're playing at home.
Oh, yeah.
I think, and they are 8-0, just like Kansas City. They're 8-0 at home. I see the Bills just playing really well. But I think that the Ravens have a good chance of winning this game. If one person, and it's not Lamar Jackson, but if one person imposes his will on the other team, which is the Bills, and that is King Henry.
Yeah.
If Derrick Henry can run the ball and can wear down that defense, I see the Ravens moving on.
Yeah, definitely.
So my prediction for this game, I am going to say that it's going to be a really, 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 really close game.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
As much as I like to say that the Ravens will move on, I think in the end, Josh Allen is going to pull some magic out, and the Bills are going to win this game 34-31.
Yeah, he's going to become the magic man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am going to agree with you on that one. I think that's going to be really close, but in the end, Josh Allen is going to pull it out. He's going to pull through and lead the Bills to a victory over the Ravens. And I think this will actually be a low-scoring game.
Okay.
I think that it'll be low scoring. So I'm gonna have to go with a score of probably. I don't want to go too low,
okay,
because I know it's gonna be a lot. You know what? I don't even want to go low. I'll change my mind. Probably gonna have to go with. We're gonna do.
I know it's hard. Yeah.
To 20. We are gonna do. Okay, what's a good? I think we're gonna do 24-21, and here's how I think it's gonna happen.
Okay.
The Bills. 24 to. Okay, I need the 20. No. Okay, here we go. I gotta figure it out. 25-24. Because
1 point game. Okay.
Listen, it's the final seconds of the game. The Bills have the ball on offense.
Okay.
The score is 22-23.
24, you mean?
22-24. Guess what happens? The Bills have to line up for a last-second field goal.
Okay.
And kicker, he goes to kick it. It starts to look like it's going to go wide right. But then it veers back in at the last moment.
Okay.
And the Bills move on.
Okay. All right. So you have the Bills winning this game. I have the Bills winning this game. So let's run through it again. Starting on Saturday, I took the Chiefs. You took the Chiefs. I took the Lions. You took the Lions. We both took the Rams on Sunday for the first game. And we both took the Bills for the last game. So one thing is for sure. You and I will have the same percentage since we picked the same teams.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a good divisional round.
Oh, yeah.
I'm kind of hoping I see a surprise here and there, but I don't know. We'll see. But I think that eventually we're gonna see the teams that we picked in the NFC Championship, and I am looking forward to that. We are getting closer and closer to the end of the season.
Oh, yeah.
Closer and closer to the end of the NFL year, which culminates with the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Which is being played in New Orleans this year. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We will see. We are 3 weeks away from the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So? Or actually 4 weeks, right? Because they play Divisional, Championship, and then they have a week off, and then the Super Bowl. So it's 4 weeks from today or from this weekend.
Yeah.
So
right now, as it stands, if our predictions are 100% correct, the AFC Championship game will be the Chiefs and the Bills, and the NFC Championship game will be the Lions and the Rams.
Right.
Both rematches.
Yep.
Both rematches.
Yep. All right. Well, I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I don't get as excited about the NFL playoffs, mainly because I'm just not going to talk about them. I get more excited about the Major League Baseball playoffs and the World Series. And so baseball is coming up pretty quick. Catchers and pitchers will be reporting not too long from now. So I am excited about that. And what better way than to start the year than to start the run it back for the Dodgers.
Oh, yeah.
But we're not going to talk about MLB this week. We are talking NFL. And we've made our picks. We've made our choices. We've predicted the scores. And so in the comments, if you want to predict your scores and who's going to win, or you can send us an email to bloodline.sportsyt@gmail.com and tell us what your predictions are and what you think the scores are going to be. Also, if you want to throw in some questions in there that you would like answered, or anything that you want us to talk about, or if simply you want us to give you a shout out, we can do that. So as always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button wherever it's going to be. And I enjoyed this.
Oh, yeah.
This was a good show.
Yeah.
Last week was a good show. This week's a good show. So I am happy. And that pretty much wraps it up, my friend. So as always, you are my pride and joy, and I love you. And this is Bloodline Sports. It's all relative.
Goodbye, everyone.